Hello everyone, I hope you all are hale and hearty and having a good time. In today's lesson, we are going to revise the important points of the chapter The Mysterious Neighbor, and we will briefly understand the important punctuation and capital letters which we are often confused with while writing any text or answers. So, let's understand all the important points in detail. Stories involving a mystery are widely enjoyed because a mysteries led us to think about what would happen next. It often seems as if we are one of the characters in a mystery story, grappling with the events unfolding in the story. About the story, The Mysterious Neighbor. The Mysterious Neighbor is a moving story about an old man's yearning for the return of his missing son. Some young boys who live in the neighborhood have other opinions about the old man at first. They find him mysterious and comment negatively about him when they do not even know anything about him. They decide to find out more about him one day when the old man is away and enter his house from the door in his backyard, which is always open. It is then that the boys chance upon 6 pieces of rasmalai along with a piece of paper leaning against a glass of water on a table, which is a letter from the old man to his missing son, offering him the rasmalais, his favorite kind of sweet, in case he is back. This letter moves the children immensely, alerting their perception of the old man. That evening, the boys knock on the old man's door and invite him for dinner. In the end of the story, the children felt sad for the old man. He had written in his letter to his son that he felt very lonely without him, so the boys thought they could do something which could make the old man feel less alone and perhaps think that he had friends in the neighborhood. Their idea was to make the old man forget his son's absence, even it was for a short period of time. A lesson we learned after reading the story is we should never judge a person by his outward appearance or expression. In the story, The Mysterious Neighbor, the boys had formed an incorrect opinion about the old man without even knowing him at all. The narrator thought that the old man could be poor for not repairing his poorly maintained house. Rinku Talwar thought that the old man was greedy, while Sweth Agrawal and R.K. thought he was mad. Rinku Talwar thought him to be greedy because he saw him buying rasmalais every day, but he did so for his missing son. It was his favorite sweet food. He kept the back door of his house open to let his son enter if ever he came back. He was sure that his son would come one day through the back door. Punctuation and capital letters. Read this passage carefully. Have you heard the name of C.V. Raman? The great scientist. He was born on November 7th, 1888. He was just 14 when he joined the college. His teacher was surprised to see a very young boy in the class. "Are you a student of the BA class?" asked the teacher. "Yes, sir," the boy answered. This is an unpunctuated passage. That is, we have not put a full stop, comma, or any other mark of punctuation anywhere, nor have we used capital letters. It is difficult to understand the meaning of this passage clearly. Let us now read it in the punctuated form. punctuated paragraph. Have you heard the name of C.V. Raman? The great scientist. He was born on November 7, 1888. He was just 14 when he joined the college. His teacher was surprised to see a very young boy in the class. Are you a student of the BA class? Asked the teacher. Yes, sir, the boy answered. We use stops or marks of punctuation to separate one sentence from another or one part of a sentence from another part. Main marks of punctuation. The main marks of punctuation are full stop, comma, semicolon, colon, mark of interrogation, mark of exclamation, quotation marks or inverted commas. The full stop. The full stop indicates the longest pause. It is used at the end of assertive and imperative sentences. Examples: I go to school by bus. Assertive sentence. Learn this poem by heart. Imperative sentence. It is used for initials or abbreviations. Examples: V.K call Vijay Kumar call. M.P Member of Parliament. However, if an abbreviation is formed with the first letter and the final letter of the full word, the full stop is omitted. Let's understand it through an example. Mr. is written as Mr. Doctor is written as Dr. Comma. The comma indicates the shortest pause. It is used to separate a series of words of the same part of speech. Examples: we bought apples, oranges, bananas, and grapes. Nouns. Pawan is handsome, intelligent, and sincere. It's an adjective. He works intelligently, carefully, sincerely, and efficiently. These are the examples of adverbs. Comma is used after a person's name when addressing him or her. Example: Jatin, can you lend me your pencil, please? To set off the phrases in apposition. Example: Mr. Bose, the principal of the school, addressed the students. Wherever a brief pause is needed. Example: he is, in my opinion, a sincere person. It is also used before a direct quotation. Example: the teacher said, open your books to page 22. To separate the words yes or no from the rest of the sentence. Example: can Sashi visit you tomorrow? Yes, he can come in the evening. To separate the date and the year. Example: my birthday is on June 29, 2004. Comma is used after expressions like well, in fact, and however. Examples: they lost the match. However, they can still win the tournament. In fact, I was going to propose the same thing. Well, can you believe that? After salutation and complimentary endings in letters. Examples: dear son, comma, yours faithfully, comma, my dear sister, comma. The semicolon. The semicolon indicates a longer pause than a comma. It is used to separate clauses of equal importance. Example: the rich are often stingy. The poor are generous. To separate pairs of words separated by commas. Example: sent, sent, fair, fair, son, son. To separate parts of a sentence already separated by a comma. Example, we had a nice trip. We went to Greece, Spain, and Italy. The colon. The colon marks a greater pause than that indicated by a semicolon. It is used to introduce quotations. Example, Gandhi said, an eye for an eye would make the world blind. It is used to introduce a list. Example, you can choose one of these languages, colon, French, comma, German, comma, Russian, full stop. The colon is used to introduce an explanation or a statement. Example, all she said was this, God has been very kind to me. The mark of interrogation. The mark of interrogation is placed at the end of an interrogative sentence. Example, have you taken your dinner? The mark of exclamation. The mark of exclamation is used after an exclamatory sentence. Example, how beautiful this flower is. The quotation marks or inverted commas. The quotation marks are used to set off the actual words used by a speaker. Example, the speaker said, we must do our duty. Capital letters. It is used at the beginning of a sentence. Example, no man is an island. To write proper nouns. Example, Karnataka, Mount Everest. To write pronoun I. Example, this book I have been reading. At the beginning of a sentence in indirect speech. Example, Pankaj said, my cat is unwell. Capital letters are used for names of important historic events. Example, Babur won the first battle of Panipat. It is also used for the letters of each word in the name of an article or book. Example, Treasure Island. It is used to write adjectives formed from proper nouns. Example, Indian, Europeans. Thanks for watching.